Right, go on. Ask me questions about
so
Christianity.
Do you believe that the Bible is the same book that Jesus held in his hand?
Right, ladies and gentlemen. The question is a faulty question.
No, it's not a faulty question.
And let me educate Hassan.
Faulty question.
Why was it a faulty question? Why was it a faulty question? Why was it a faulty question? Do you see this brother's educating you right now? Did you hear the answer? Go on, say it again.
There was no Bible in the time of Jesus.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Right, so the question was faulty.
Okay, then that's the
because
answer to the
he
question.
asked me,
So that's the answer to the question.
He asked me.
The book is not the same book that Jesus held in his hand.
No, that's not what we said.
That's what he's saying.
No, the question is wrong.
The Bible didn't exist.
The Bible is a collection of books that includes the New Testament.
Okay.
The New Testament was not there at the time of Jesus.
Okay.
If you had asked an intelligent question like, was the Old Testament the one that Jesus touched with his hand, I would say yes.
So you will say the Old Testament, no, that's fine. Let's not debate, but let's get to the point.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so
next question.
No, you didn't answer my question.
I really did.
No, I said, is the Bible a same book, same gospel of Jesus that he had in his hand?
Right. So the question again is faulty.
Faulty, yeah.
It's faulty. There was no the Bible contains the New Testament. I've just said that there was no New Testament at the time of Jesus. So the question is mistaken.
Okay.
The question should be phrased, is the Old Testament the same as the one that Jesus put his hand on? And the answer is yes.
I am not talking about the Old
So try again for the third time to ask an intelligent question.
Okay. Do you believe that the book that he had in his hand is exactly what Jesus said, back in his time?
Right. So, I'm going to answer the question more compassionately this time. Because what he's trying to say is, Jesus brought a book. Do you believe that your Gospels are that book? Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
So I've not misrepresented Hassan. But the question is faulty, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
The question is faulty because we Christians don't believe that Jesus brought a book. This is an Islamic belief and there's no evidence for it. The Muslims can't produce so much as a fragment of this Injil. They can't produce so much as a document testifying to its existence. Anyone arguing in favor of it or anyone arguing against it. So let me answer this question. Do I believe that the New Testament, the Gospels in particular, are true representations, true portraits of Jesus' life and message? And the answer is yes, I do.
And how do you know? How
do I know?
How do you know if it's true what the Bible states, what the Bible claims?
Right. Great question.
We're learning.
How do we know what the Bible is true? Let me use an example. The Bible makes claims about Jesus. That he was worshipped as the Messiah. That he was crucified.
Was he worshipped?
That he was the center of a new religion. This is what the New Testament teaches. And non-Christian sources, pagan sources, Jewish sources confirm essential elements of the Christian message. They confirm that Jesus died on a cross. They confirm that he was the center of the new religion. They confirm that he was called the Messiah. They confirm that he was the center of a new religion, that he was a wonder worker. Ladies and gentlemen, the New Testament testifies that the people that followed Jesus used to gather on a Sunday, and non-Christian sources confirm that the followers of Jesus would gather on a Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, the New Testament talks about a famine happening in the province of Judea and Syria in the book of Acts.
Okay, but that's fine. He's just talking.
And Roman authorities
how do you know?
also confirm.
Listen to the question. How do you know? How do you come to know that the New Testament is it's true what they're saying.
Did you all hear my answer?
Nah.
In other words, what Hassan's looking for.
Okay, the author of
Shall I tell you what Hassan's looking for before he says it?
No.
Hassan wants to know the isnad.
Do you know who they are?
Right, there you go. Did you see?
What do you mean, do you see?
You see? What is his first
Okay,
question?
do you know why? Because how many times people
His
ask you, you
first
can never
question.
answer that. That's
I
what
did
it is.
answer that question.
No, you didn't.
Your first question was, how do I know?
Yeah, how do you know?
I gave the answer, historical confirmation.
Historical
But
confirmation.
what he really meant was, what about the isnad chain? What about the isnad?
Do you even know who's the authors?
Yes,
Are
we
they
do.
really the authors?
Matthew, Mark,
Are they really
Luke,
the authors?
and John.
Are they really the authors?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they are. How do
No,
we
you're
know?
lying to people here.
How do we know?
You're lying.
Let me give you three reasons.
Your scholars claims that they don't know who is the author of the Bible.
No.
Yes.
No. Which scholars?
Yeah,
Which scholars? Which scholars?
Denomination, Christian denomination.
Which scholars?
I can't tell you the name, but they claim that they don't know the author of the
Muslim
Bible.
scholars claim that the Quran is not from Allah.
Christian denominations.
Muslim scholars claim Muhammad was not a prophet.
Anonymous. They are anonymous.
Muslims claim that the hadiths are unreliable.
Christian
Do you
denomination.
see how easy that
claiming
is, ladies and gentlemen?
The author of the Bible, they are anonymous.
No,
I'm not gonna
ladies
listen
and
to
gentlemen.
You. I'm not going to listen to you.
No,
You're nothing
ladies and gentlemen.
You're nothing comparing
Hassan.
to those scholars.
Hassan.
Your scholars
Hassan.
said they are
Which
anonymous.
scholars?
Christian scholars.
Which scholars?
Christian scholars.
Name one.
What would I name you one?
Name one.
You should know them.
You're making the
Christian, you should know
claim.
them.
Provide the
You
evidence.
should know them. He's Christian.
Right, ladies and gentlemen.
Denomination, Christian denomination.
Hassan,
I'm not going to listen to you. No, you're not.
Let me explain. Let me explain.
I've tried to give you a
Let me
chance to
explain.
educate me, but I haven't learned
But you
nothing from
did.
you.
But you didn't. You
I haven't
didn't
learned
listen at
nothing
any
from you,
time.
nothing
Because you
but-
didn't listen at any time.
Yeah, of course I
You
didn't,
didn't listen at
I've
any
been
time.
listening to you for half an hour.
Watch the
I haven't
video
learned
back,
nothing from
Hassan.
you.
Watch the video
Apart
back,
from
and
showman.
all that
You're
you will
just-
see is that you have shouted through every
haven't
time that I have
shouted.
spoke.
My voice is
Let
not like
me
yours.
explain why we know that the gospel authors wrote the gospels, ladies and gentlemen. The first reason why we know is because wherever we find physical evidence of any gospel that gives the ascription of the author, it always says Matthew wrote Matthew, Mark wrote Mark, Luke wrote Luke, John wrote John.
Do you know the
No.
listen, you'll
The
be laughing at yourself.
second reason,
You'll be laughing at yourself.
ladies and gentlemen.
The carbon dated.
The second reason, ladies and gentlemen,
go on.
is this. If people were making it up and they were just coming up with an author and they were inventing it, what you would find is in different parts of the Roman world, different Christian communities would have ascribed the authorship of the Gospels to different people, and that they would have argued amongst themselves about who wrote what gospel.
Okay, listen.
But do you know what we
what's your
see
name again?
in the writings of the
what's your
early
name
church fathers?
Listen.
We find
Showman, listen.
zero disagreement.
Listen.
Everybody says Matthew wrote Matthew, Mark wrote Mark, Luke wrote
Who
Luke,
said that?
and John wrote John.
Who said that?
The third reason, ladies and gentlemen, the third reason, ladies and gentlemen, is because if you were making it up, there were better people to pick than Luke and Mark. Luke and Mark were not direct witnesses. Luke and Mark were followers of the apostles.
Listen.
If you were going to make it up, you would say it was the gospel of
Let
Peter.
me tell you one thing. My benefit.
Why?
No, listen.
Because Peter was an
Matthew, listen.
eyewitness.
Your name is Matthew. Listen.
You would say
Listen.
Peter. Why? Because
Matthew,
Peter was the most prominent
Stop
of the
preaching.
apostles.
Stop preaching.
Ladies
Stop
and
preaching to
gentlemen.
people. Stop preaching.
So
listen.
reply to the argument
Stop
I've
preaching to
made.
people. Listen.
Go on, reply.
Listen. One verse in the Quran, it said, if it comes from other than God, surely you find lots of contradictions.
And I've showed you lots of contradictions.
Oh, in Quran?
Yes.
You must be crazy, my
Yes,
friend.
I showed you
You
one.
must be mad.
I showed you
There
one.
is no zero contradiction.
I just gave you one.
With a zero contradiction.
Right. Let me show him again.